Hello and welcome once again. Today I'm going to show you a little cute cow that I made. I got the inspiration from Pinterest. Someone had made a really miniature similar cow and I tried to redo it and make my own, but a little bigger. So hope you like it. It turned out to be good. I'm pleased with it. So I'll just show you how I did it. I've taken two pipe cleaners and I've sketched it out and folding one into got the middle, and then this is going to be the neck, and I'm twisting to make the neck. In the other pipe cleaner found the middle and got it across the neck, and this is going to be the back and the hind legs, just securing the front legs. So because the back legs are too long, I'm just folding it in because I want to make a smaller cow. Similarly with the front legs, I'm going to twist them and make them shorter. So when it's twisted, it becomes a bit more manageable because the pipe cleaners are really flimsy. And I'm wrapping wool around it, and if you do it tightly you won't have to felt a lot, just a little bit. I'm adding the Corriedale slivers around the whole body. Going across the hind legs so I can get the shape. And I'm going to keep on adding the wool to form the body of the cow. When you're using wire, it's easier because you don't have to make the limbs separately. If you're not using the wires, then you have to make each and every limb separately and then join it. So I find it easier with the wire, but some projects are really small and they don't need any wire structure. The legs are a bit tricky because they're small. You can make them fat by rolling more wool over them. As you can see, it's taking the shape. Taking really thin slivers around the legs. Felting them in shape. Just securing around the wire. So I'm going to keep on adding wool to it until I'm happy with the shape and size. You can make your cow as fat as you want. Just keep adding wool. You can shape the thighs if you want, make it more realistic, but I'm not making it realistic right now. I'm going across over and under the limb, the front limbs, just to make the chest area, felting it down. Same way I'm going around the legs and shaping them up. So this is going to take some time, and you can just keep adding wool. And I rolled the legs between my palms just to give them shape and smoothen them out. Now I'm going to make the head, and I'm wrapping some wool around the neck. I'm sorry about the noise in the background. Somebody is mowing their lawn. So I'm just securing the wool I've just added around the head. Then I'm going to make it bigger with some more wool. And you have to add the wool gradually, so you know how big of a head that you need. You don't want to add too much wool at one time. With my needle, I'm marking where the mouth is going to be and where I'm going to place the eyes, so I know where I'm going to build. So the eyes are going to go here. And then I can add more wool to the head. I'm shaping the head as I go along and adding more wool to where I feel I can shape the head. And as you can see that I've got some place for the muzzle and the forehead. So it's all coming together, but it's going to take a while. You have to felt it well. adding more wool to the back of the cow. So as you can see that you can keep adding the wool and felting until you're happy with the shape. Now I'm going to add the eyes using 5mm, and mine are a bit thicker, so I really have to make a bigger hole for them and glue them in. Felting some wool around the eyes so they don't seem to be pasted upon. Now I'm going to shape the muzzle, just felting some wool down in an elongated shape. Then I'm going to put that across, like you can see in the video, across the face, so it becomes a big muzzle. It's not a realistic cow, so you can make it bigger or smaller as you like it. I'm going to put some wool around the eyes so it can be a bit of a brow or a forehead, because I don't want the eyes to be popping out. Some more wool on the muzzle and the sides of the face. The cheeks, I think. So I'm spending more time around the eyes and putting some more little pieces of wool to make the eyebrows and the eye sockets. These are tiny cheeks. I want it around the head because it looked too flat. While you're working on the core wool, you can add shape and it really blends well. So I've got a little light brown pipe cleaner, and I've got just a quarter of it, and I'm going to make the horns, and I'm wrapping some merino light brown wool on it. I got some colored pipe cleaners from Hobbycraft and they're really good. They are not as flimsy as the other ones. I think they've got 2 wires wrapped around. So as you can see, I've shaped the horns with the wool around them, and I'm going to put them in place using the core wool again and felting them down. You can then cover it with more wool. And that shapes the head. Now I'm going to make ears, And I've taken 2 pieces of wool and felting them in shape. Once you make one ear, the other one is more easier to do. Serving them. Don't want them to be too big, and you want one side to be fluffy so it's easier to attach. Placing some little, very little pink wool on top. I'm using my hair straightener to iron them down so they become really flat and really nice. As you can see, when you iron them down, they become really thin, and you can then just trim off the extra wool coming out, and they've got a really nice shape to them. The edges are really fine after they've ironed down. I tried one ear on top of the horn. By looks, should be behind or in front, I don't know. One of my ears is on top of the horn and one is behind, but it's going to get covered. Here I'm mixing the eggshell and light pink merino tops, just mixing them. I haven't got the carders, so I'm just mixing them with hand to get a little more pinkish, a little more flesh color. So I had eggshell and I had light pink. Then I'm going to add that to the mouth of the cow. So you can shape the muzzle, keep adding wool to make it as big as you want. I'm just pointing out the nostrils where they're gonna be, and I'm going to make a little smile as well with my needle. Really define the nostrils now. Here I'm defining the smile with the needle. I'm using white merino top to cover the whole cow. I'll just speed up and show you when it's all done. So I've made a little heart from the little pieces of brown wool that I used for the horns. You can make a heart if you want, or just give it a patch. So this I think looks cute. Now I'm going to define the eyes and trying to make them not so popping out. So I'm just going to give them shape with more wool. So as I've sketched the shape that I want, I'm going to add more wool to get to that shape. Felting down some really tiny bits of wool to make the eyelids. You can see they're more defined now. Little bit under the eye as well, under the eyeball. Just trim off the extra bit. Take a little strand of black. I'm making the eyelashes. And the other eye will be done similarly. So I've taken the black strand. I'm going to make the eyelashes. Got a close up so you can see better. Just trim off the extra bit. So the both eyes have to be similar. Making the legs a bit more thicker because they look too thin. I'm using the merino top to go all around them. It's really raining really hard, and that's my cat. You can see my garden. I'm sitting in the conservatory. I will do a little studio log, show you the projects I work upon. So this is how you go around the legs with the top coat of the wool. Here I'm using little carded light brown wool to make the hooves, and I think carded is more easier to handle because it's just the tip of the legs and I'm just going to shape the hooves, going around and making them flat. Here I'm using a skewer to make the tail. Just wrap some wool around your skewer and take the skewer out, and then you can felt down, roll it up between your palms, and that is the tail. It's going to put some brown color at the tip. I'm going to join that at the bottom of the cow, trim off the extra bit and fill down the rest. And now I'm felting down some hair on the head. One across and one strand vertical, so it becomes a bit bushy but not going in one direction. Trimming off the extra bits. So now my cow has a hairstyle. I've put some brown color inside the nostrils to make them more prominent. You can work on the details however much you want. Same wool for the smile, just to make it more prominent. So the line I had made with my needle, just going to put some strand of brown wool into it. Carefully going all across. It's easier if you have made a line with a needle, or you can use a marker if you want. So this is the cow all done, and thank you very much for watching, and I hope to meet you again in the next project. Thank you.